Is there air? You don't know.
Seems okay.
Hello, Nomads, and welcome to the Nomads of Fantasy podcast, a weekly-ish movie and video game podcast where we make our new universe our home every episode. I am your captain this week. This is my captain's log. My name is Commander Bernie Mac of the ISS Nomad, we'll call it. My friends call me Dave. This is episode 151, and with me this week, I have our senior science officer and commander on the bridge, Eric.
By Grabthaw's hammer, I shall avenge you.
Oh, see, science officer. I know one up good. We also have our navigational station, Lieutenant Brandon.
Look, I have one job on this lousy ship. It's stupid. I'm gonna do it. Okay?
Yes, and this is all quotes from Galaxy Quest. This is the beginning of our Summer of Sam on the
That's right.
Nomads.
Summer of Sam.
Last year we had the
Summer
year
Sam.
of Bruce. This year we were trying to find a good mix, but we didn't want to commit ourselves to one actor this year or actress, whatever.
Yeah.
So we decided to make it the Summer of Sam. Brandon's genius idea. So for the next 3 months, we will all have movies with characters and or actors, some sort of tie into the name Sam.
Lots of good Sams
Or
out there.
Samwise Gamgee or Sam Jackson. We'll be digging out
Sam
a couple
Neill,
different ones.
Sam
we
Elliott.
we don't usually do Sam Elliott. We don't do too many themes, or continuations or runs. And this is a fun way. The Summer of Arnold did that, and I was like,
Hell
that was
yeah.
fun. Let's just watch a bunch of Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff.
Yeah,
And
juicy
that was
summer
great. It
fix.
was a lot of fun. So doing this is exciting because a little more wiggle room. Do some other things
yeah.
with the name Sam, but
Oh, yeah.
I picked this one because I just needed a reason to put Galaxy Quest in front of you guys because neither of you've seen it, and I don't know why I like this movie so much. I'm not a Trekkie,
I was gonna say Brandon's a big
And-
Trekkie. We all know that.
and I don't like comedies, but I'm not like But this one, for some reason, just like did a lot of things that I didn't expect.
I mean, it's got a
for a
lot of
spoof film.
similarities to like the Star Wars fan base. Like, let's be honest. Like,
Fair, sure.
It's
the
very
complete-
relatable.
The
It was
complete
more-
over nerdery of that and the actors and their real life and how life continues after you make this sci-fi show or whatever.
Very
like that,
true,
so.
very true. And conventions and the convention
Well.
culture, which I think this movie is more or less breaking ground in film as far as showing that. I don't know if that was really a thing, showing conventions like on film, and I think this movie
Even
kind of
back then.
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
let me give a quick.
yeah, I was gonna say,
synopsis
let's
here
if anybody's
before-
not, because this
What
movie
is
is
Galaxy Quest?
1999.
99.
Yeah.
It's 26 years old
Random
now.
pick.
It is a satirical science fiction comedy. I would say in the vein of like a Spaceballs kind of,
Not
I was
as
expecting-
silly.
satirical take. No, not that.
Yeah.
Different tone, but
I was
Same
expecting
kind of
more
satirical take.
Spaceballs than it actually was, which
Right,
was
right.
surprising and welcome.
well,
Yeah, yep.
this film was directed by Dean Pariseau. I'm gonna say his name is. I've not heard too many of the ones that he's done, but it stars Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell, and Daryl Mitchell. Which, I mean, that's a fucking
Don't forget
studly cast right
Justin
there.
Long, and I was surprised to
Justin
see Rainn Wilson in there.
Yes,
Dude. Yes.
I'm like,
Dwight
is that
Schrute
fucking
is
Dwight?
in
What the fuck?
background. Yeah.
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah.
He's just playing a little back cast member.
That was cool.
Who was the other actor you said? Jason.
Justin
What was
Long.
Justin Long. This is his debut.
Is it really?
Is it
Hollywood.
really?
Yeah, I didn't know that, and I saw that. I looked up
That's
some
pretty
facts
cool.
about this movie, and
Also,
I'll
you
just say
you
that
guys
this is
probably
just a
don't
big
know
cast.
who Corbin Blue is, but he was the little kid that played young Laredo in the first scene,
No
but
way.
Okay.
he's
Okay.
from fucking High School Musical,
You,
which is kind of funny.
you know?
But,
Okay. I did not reckon you
I do
noticed
not.
this. Okay.
well,
That's cool.
I didn't recognize it, but I saw the name. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking kid from High School
You've seen
Musical.
High School Musical,
Yeah.
though.
Me, yes. What in my younger Disney Channel
Okay.
days for sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this film is an homage to science fiction and mainly Star Trek and its fandoms.
Oh.
Depicts a cast of a fictional cult television series, Galaxy Quest, who are drawn into a real interstellar conflict by aliens who think the series is a documentary, which off the bat, that is fucking hilarious. Like,
Historical
That's
documents.
great.
yes, we're beaming stuff into space, we're beaming stuff into satellites and all that kind of crap, and some aliens catch it, and their whole culture is just like falling apart until they find Galaxy Quest, the TV show,
Right.
and that becomes like their religion of their
They
planet.
model
And
everything after this TV show.
like, and they build all
Yeah.
this shit, and like they have no idea how it fucking works. They just like, we modeled it from what you did on the TV show. Like, it's a ton of good jokes in there. So, Eric, this was your first time seeing it.
Yes, it was.
How did it make you feel?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't really know what this movie was going into it. Like, I had heard of it before. I've seen like the cover image of like Alan Rickman, Sigourney Weaver, Tim Allen, doing their
Yeah.
poses. I'm like, it looks like a Star Trek knockoff. Which I mean, it kind of was, but in a more surprising way than I thought it would be. I thought it was just going to be a straight up like I said, more Spaceballs, like basically the Star Trek version of Spaceballs. And it, again, sort of was, but not really, because I didn't know like the whole TV show thing was a thing. I didn't know it was a TV show, and then these were actors, and then they get pulled into like this real cosmic feud. But
It's got a real world
yeah,
with a real problem with a real story, and I think
Yeah.
that's
what
kind of surprising about it.
That's what surprised me about it, and that's what made me more interested immediately off the bat. Because like I was like, okay, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be like a Star Trek parody. It's fine. I don't really have that much affinity for Star Trek, but
I'm the only Trekkie on this show.
Only
Oh my
because I
God.
haven't really
I like Star
watched
Trek,
it
but
much.
I don't
but
love it. I just
yeah.
yeah.
Don't have much exposure to it, and haven't had a huge desire to explore. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time overall. Like, and it's not a long movie. It's like a little over an hour and a half long. So like it didn't
man.
overstay
Yeah.
its welcome. It gets moving pretty quickly. It sets up the premise really quickly and really well. You know exactly. Well, actually, I didn't know exactly where it was going to begin with, because like it started with the intro to
Right.
the show, and then it's like, okay, this is today. They're at this convention. They're introducing them. Like, okay, this is kind of cool. But like, where does the story go from here? And then fucking Tim Allen gets pulled. Like, these weirdos show up at the convention, and they're like, oh, we're from fucking planet Grubfarb or wherever the hell they're from. What are they, like the Thermines or whatever they're called?
Something like that. Yeah.
But I was like, okay, these guys are weird, and that's my first thing. I'm like, okay, are they actually aliens? And then they pull them into the ship. I'm like, okay, this is not where I expected this movie to go. So I was pleasantly surprised.
Nice. This is one of those movies I think like maybe I'd seen a while ago at some point, but I don't know. I was probably under the influence of something, and it's just gotten lost and malted hops and bone resin in the back of my brain.
Yeah.
This one, I don't
Total
know,
like high school date movie. You just go out and then you date and you see this, and like, yeah, we're gonna watch Galaxy Quest. I don't really pay attention to it.
Hopefully,
because I was on a date, I think, when I saw it, and I was just like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it had surprisingly good reviews, like high ratings on like Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
no way, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even bother checking. I was like, it's gonna be low. I'm sure it's just stupid comedy.
Yeah,
but
highly regarded, pretty well rated. So people seem to like this one.
Like part of it.
All right, so Dave, what was it like seeing it now?
It was great. Like as a Trekkie, or I mean, I'm a fair weather Trekkie. I don't know. I was a Next Generation kid, a little bit of Deep Space Nine, but I never got too far in after that. But like this between the casting and how the casting fits the stereotypes for each of the characters is fucking
How they have
perfect.
fun with the stereotypes to the point where like
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell is in this movie and it's just fucking genius, comedic genius. I think to have that character.
Absolutely. He's
Anyway,
making like
but
fourth wall commentaries about like the red
Yes.
suit guys and how he's gonna die because he knows he's seen shows and he knows that the fucking red shirt guy always dies.
What's my name?
Great
What's my
side
last name?
character.
What's
like,
my last name?
I didn't know how much. I mean,
Like,
we chose this for
that scene
Sam
is great.
Rockwell, but like, I didn't know how much he was. I knew he wasn't the main part of the main characters,
Right.
but I was curious how they used him and how much of a part he would play. But I think they used him like he was such a he's an over the top character where it's like they don't want to use him too much, but when he does show up, it's really fun.
He's got great body humor. He's
Yeah.
doing like Jim
Absolutely.
Carrey shit where
Good
everything's
facial
so
expressions. Yeah.
Yes. I love that actor. You guys know that. I just like he's
Oh,
I
yeah,
got a
Sam
soft spot
Rockwell's
for that
great.
guy. I just adore him for some reason. He's one of my favorites, and to me, he is the he's one of the secret ingredients in this movie. But anyway, sorry, Dave. But that's cool. So like as a Trekkie, yeah, you're seeing this movie and you're probably like, oh, they really respected it and not made fun of it. And that's what I think is like the move that they made, that it was the right move. And apparently it was also supposed to be more dark and serious, but then it evolved into
Right.
this.
Oh,
I
interesting.
mean, there are
that-
people getting tortured and shit. He was 30 years old
Right.
when he did Galaxy Quest 2, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Which-
Wow.
Seems
Okay. Yeah, he
older
looked
than
kinda
I
young,
thought. Older than I thought. I thought he looked
Really?
younger, like much younger in the movie,
Yeah.
but he's 56 now, so I guess do the math there. But
Yeah.
I don't know. On the whole, I thought it was a nice, fun little ride. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
It didn't quite reach the level of Spaceballs for me. Spaceballs is one of my all times, just because
Right.
Star Wars. and
Well,
all
there's
that
no
stuff, but-
rules in a movie like Spaceballs. You can do whatever you want because there's no logic to it. What I respect of this movie, or I like about this movie, is that it respects the Star Trek part. And the thing about Star Trek is there's some kind of reality. We use some kind of science, some kind of thing.
It's all based in real science.
Yeah, and I like that this movie really did a
Ish.
pretty good job. For example,
I mean,
when the characters go to outer
references
space,
real science, I guess.
right? When they get shot into outer space, their reactions don't last like a 5-second scene. It's like for the next like 5 minutes.
They're
They're still 10 minutes. They're
Legitimately
like,
shaken
"Yeah,
up.
how do we walk?"
Yeah.
There's just the way they're reacting, and I think that's good writing. Sam Rockwell does a great thing when they're going to that one alien planet, and he's yelling at them.
It's
Like,
that was,
don't
like,
open the
one of my
door.
favorite
You don't know what if it's air. Is it air? You don't know. He's logical, and he's like a nobody. He's not a character. He just is this extra that was in an episode. It's just like weaseled his way in and sit next to them at the convention. He's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna get taken away with aliens outer space. I want to go. Whatever we're doing." Like he just wants to be with them so bad.
It's his
And
meal
he
ticket.
gets
He's
shot
trying
up.
to-
He's the logic of the group. He's like the more grounded one that we would act like.
I love
Yeah,
I love
I mean-
the complete opposite end of that with Tony Shalhoub's character.
Tony, yeah.
Where he's just like initially
Yeah.
he's like shaken up, but then he's like, all right, this is fine. Let's do this.
Whatever.
And then they open the door of the ship on that planet, and he's like, it seems fine. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good. I like him a
Yeah.
lot.
Enough
his whole
characters,
story
enough
arc
personalities. Yeah.
is good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like they did kind of like the way that it is structured though. The beginning of it starts normal, but like towards the middle, once they get onto the alien spaceship and shit, it has the same structure as like a Star Trek movie or a Star Trek episode where
Yeah.
the ship gets blown
Got the
up
missions.
and they're
Yep.
they're at a disadvantage and all this surprise attacks and all this kind of shit, and all of a sudden there's the MacGuffin at the end.
Mhm.
We'll get to that point, but the way that it's
I
structured and it
legit-
felt like, Brandon, you got it right, where like they said like they respect the source material and they're using that as a guide kind of for this, but also poking at it and pointing out
Oh, yeah.
the weird shit on it.
Yeah, it's a delicate dance that I think they pulled off. Like I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and I still chuckle. Like when he's hung over, the main character, and what is the main character's name? For some reason, I never.
Jason?
Tim Allen's
Oh, no, that's the
name
that's the actor's
bu-
name.
bu- bu-
Taggart is his character's name, but his real name is
Yeah.
Jason Nesmith.
Nesmith.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll go with Jason, just because
The commander.
the actors in the
Let's say Tim Allen. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Tim Allen, whatever. But when his character is hung over and the aliens scoop him up and they take him on the sink, he doesn't know it's not real or whatever. So he's like, oh wow, the set looks really cool. This is going to be awesome. Like I can't wait to get the rest of the crew.
He
to
seems like
see this.
he's familiar with these back alley sort of gigs too, like people asking him
Yeah,
to do these
right.
random like fucking like student films. Or
Anything
I got
for
the
money.
impression that like it was like a porno or something. Like people asking him to be in like a fucking. I don't know why, because like in the beginning he was like, oh, I got this gig, you know, so in these guys' basement, and then he's like, don't ask about it. I'm like, okay, he's fucking shooting a porno or something.
Yeah.
That is good. Tim
but
Allen is kind of the perfect captain too. Like he's got
good.
that.
He's really good.
Yeah,
like gravitas and command, like the
guy that did
confidence it
Ghostbusters,
takes to-
Harold Ramis, was supposed to do this, but when Tim Allen got added to it, he's like, I'm not going to do a movie with that guy. And
Really?
then he regretted it after seeing his performance. Like, oh wow, so he knows that he made a mistake on that. But
I feel like I'm not
Interesting.
used to seeing Tim Allen in this like, you know, like playing like this. I don't know. I mean, he's like the leader of the Galaxy Quest show, and all the like ladies at the convention are fawning over him, thinking he's like hot and stuff. I'm like, that's not Tim Allen to me.
famous.
You know, like he always
Yeah.
plays like the goofball, fucking wacky, like he's in the Santa Claus. He's in fucking, you know, Home Improvement and shit. That's how I see him. So seeing him in
This
as,
was
like,
peak Tim Allen though, at late
Yeah.
90s though, dude.
I mean, yeah.
Like, he was getting in the
I'm
movies
just-
now. So
Tim Allen. Well, Home Improvement ended in May 25th of 1999.
yeah, when
Okay.
did
Came out
he
in-
did the
this
Santa
came out
Claus
in
movie?
December of 1999. So this came out fucking 6 months after Home Improvement ended. So this might have been
Yeah.
like his first
He's
thing
Buzz
out of the
Lightyear.
gate. Yeah.
He's the voice of Buzz
Yep,
Lightyear,
Buzz,
and
yep.
he did the Santa Claus movies.
the
Like,
first
he
Santa
made
Claus was
excellent choices in the
94.
late-
So like that was
Yeah.
Okay. So
quite a
you're
bit
doing
before
some
that.
shit.
Yeah, he's a big name. But anyway, so he I thought he did a good job with the character, and he really kind of got the movie going. You know, he's charming and all that stuff. But the way he's like hung over, and sitting in the commander's chair, and he's got the glasses on, and he's going against was it Varys, or is it the Varys? Is it the name of the
Saris
villain?
or
Yeah, I
something.
think it's Saris. Yeah.
Varys. Just the way he's just like, yeah, I don't know, shoot him. I don't know. He just like walks away, and he doesn't know it's not real. And I love when somebody doesn't know what the situation that they're in. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty funny. So there's a lot
Yep.
of cool jokes in there. And
Like, a minute before that, they're riding in the limousine on their way to like go to teleport up, and he's just like,
oh, yeah,
I'm just gonna put my head back and close my eyes. You guys just keep talking.
Take a little
I'm
nap.
listening though. And then he's just fucking falling asleep because he's just hung over his shit. Like it's all good stuff there.
in like this could have make or break the movie. I think is the aliens' performances. So I really think
There's-
because they got the language that they speak. Apparently, it was created by the guy who wrote the Klingon language for the Star Trek. So it's the same guy.
Okay.
He actually wrote a language for them to speak, whatever they speak. But I gotta
Really?
give
It
credit
just sounded
to
like
especially-
fucking screeches to me.
That's all I heard. Was,
Yeah, I know. I saw that fact and I thought, like, what really were they doing?
What
But
was
I don't know.
what? Yeah,
Apparently,
right. What was the
took
language?
30 minutes to write something, right? But I love the way that they took the time to create a voice. So this is, you guys know I'm big on voices, right? How I think like cartoon character voices suck today because they're just people's voices. They're not making voices anymore.
Right.
And what I like about this is they're aliens. They totally could have just been like, "We're here to help you." You know, they could have just phoned it in. But like that main guy, their leader, is like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk like this."
Yeah,
He's
Mathazar.
just-
Yeah,
I
their
fucking
cadence
love
is like
Mathazar.
unique
cadence
When
and
he
is
different.
laughs,
so good.
Yeah.
that guy
So
fucking
fun.
laughs. I cannot help it.
Right.
He just goes, ah.
It reminded
yeah.
me of like the
And then they
cone,
clap
like the
for
cone
us.
heads a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I like. I mean, I
Yep.
love the cone heads, but yeah, that it definitely was reminiscent of that. But yeah, you're right. Like they were sort of their
made
own,
it their own.
unique brand of aliens.
and that's what Jurassic Park did right. Is like the sound of everything in that movie. Same thing with Star Wars. Every sound, and I think good movies have good sound. They make their sound. They make memorable voices, sounds, whatever. And like these guys, when they're aliens, like they just had this sound. And I don't know. I just in a stupid comedy like this, like I just really appreciate that they they went and they made this dude when he's leaving the ship and he does not know how to when they're first using their ship to go into outer space.
Yeah.
The dude, what is it? Lawrence, not Lawrence. What's his name? I'm so bad with
The
names.
launching from it's Daryl Mitchell, but I don't know the characters up here. I'll get IMDb.
Yeah,
I'll get
that guy,
IMDb up for you.
He
Laredo.
when he's like, thank you. Yeah,
Tommy
Laredo.
Weber.
When he's taking off,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes.
doesn't know what he's
I fucking
doing.
love that.
That's just a good bit. It's a good bit, and the way he acts it out, it's excellent facial performance. He's just like nervous, and everyone's like kind of like leaning, like dude.
Everybody gives the hard cringe.
Yes, and then he kind of hits it a little bit, but then he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good."
And it didn't go on too long either. Like a bit like that, you could make it last too long, where it's just fucking, you
do it again. He has to hit something, avoid something else, or
no,
that was just on to the next joke.
It's great. Yep.
But you would struggle, and we have to see that scene, and I just think it's really funny how it gives everybody an ability to like. There's so many characters, so you get this. It's like Clue almost, where there's so many characters. How are they going to react to the thing that just happened in front of them, and then we're on to the next thing? And
I
don't know. Now everything's like, I don't know. Comedies are kind of not happening these days. So this is
not really like this.
Action movies and comedy movies have kind of gotten kind of mushed together. I don't know, like comedy.
That's a good point. Dave.
Comedy, but like Guardians
is not
of the
an action
Galaxy
movie in any way.
Like
I mean, it has some action, but
I feel like comedy. Like comedy is always mixed with another genre these days. You don't really have a lot of straight up, down the middle comedies, which is great. I mean, I guess you could say this one is a genre mix as well. It's sort of
it's PG.
adventure.
I don't know. Does that make it? Yeah,
satirical. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. It's great. Yeah, that bit. One of my, I don't know why it made me laugh as much as it did, but when Tony Shalhoub, like towards the end, when Tony Shalhoub and the alien are like basically fucking each other, and Sam Rockwell's standing right there, he's just like, that ain't right. No.
That ain't right. Yeah.
That I don't know why that little scene made me laugh, but yeah, everyone's performances in this were great, and we didn't even touch on Alan Rickman yet. But like,
oh my god,
I mean, he's a fucking, A tier actor,
which is funny because that's like the role he's playing. Like,
it makes so much sense because he's playing.
Yeah. It's making fun of him at the same time,
right?
I love it. He's like really just leaning into it.
This highbrow actor who sort of lowered himself to be in this show, which, like you said,
Shakespearean,
right? Parallel to the movie itself, but no, he was great. And by the end, he's sort of getting into that role of being, what the fuck was his character's name? Dr. Lazarus.
Yeah, and his line, how he like doesn't want to say it, and
like
Thor's hammer, burn out. Yeah, but then by the end of the movie, they like one of his like little protege, like kind of guy or whatever, like
Quaylek.
When he dies, it's a good little moment.
Definitely,
and he says it, and I'm like, man, Alan Rickman, man. That's why they casted this guy, because they knew he would have to deliver that line that way to pull off that joke.
Yeah,
he hit it. There was like, if you didn't see this as we just were seeing that scene, you'd think it's a real serious sci-fi movie in some capacity, because he delivered it with such gravitas, like his voice.
I just think about when he's introduced and he's at the convention. He's like, "I will not say that goddamn line," and he goes out and like his line comes out of the speakers and he doesn't say it. Just the fucking look of disgust and disappointment on his face, just fucking like, it's so good.
It's like, this is what I'm doing with my acting career for money.
Show must go on.
Show must go on.
Tim Allen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a good one.
Small shout out to the bad guy in this movie. For Saris is played by Robin Sachs.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, I did not know this guy passed away, but he was in a shitload of video games that we've all loved and played.
Okay,
Dragon Age Origins, Mass Effect 3.
He's got a really good voice, so I'm not surprised.
I know. I had to look.
Been in some Bioshock shit or Biohazard, sorry, Resident Evil kind of stuff. So,
and like I mean, I'm assuming it was all on the aliens practical effects
I miss
'cause
practical effects
it
so
looked
much,
really
dude.
good. Like the main
Dude,
bad guy.
it's so fun. It reminded me of Fifth Element production, where
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
not real looking, but it looks real enough where we can just use imagination that like this is an alien. I loved
Yeah.
it, like bug like wings, and like he had this like arachne like kind of spider head
But
like
his
thing
mouth
going
moved
on.
right with
Yep.
the word, like,
And cool
so it
armor,
looked real.
cool decor around him. Everything's green and shit, and
Yeah. I mean,
well performed. Corny like the villains they would be fighting, but he just happens to be a real one. And
the things that looked the worst in this movie were the CG that they tried to use with like the rock monster and those little fucking aliens
oh,
that looked like they were from like
All those
Abe's
guys were
Odyssey.
fine.
oh,
I
with
thought that
the
was
aliens
good.
with the butts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Odyssey. That was pretty close with like vampire fangs.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh, those
that was
guys were good.
fine. But yeah, man, just fun, super fun movie overall. And Sigourney Weaver, she's always great. I mean, and coming off of like,
Smoking in this movie.
oh yeah, my gosh,
She looks good as a blonde.
yeah, she
I
looks,
like
she looks really good in this movie.
because she's like the hot bimbo on the show or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Which it's
as
funny
the movie
because
goes on, her shirt comes down and down
Yeah,
more and more.
by the
So
end, it's
Right,
like
right.
they're just
fully
hanging
open.
out.
Sweaty and just pushed up, and
I mean, maybe that's the
Yep.
joke is
So
that
hair's
like
all like
I don't know.
sweaty.
She I feel like she normally plays like strong female characters. I mean, look at fucking Ripley in Alien.
Well, she wanted to do a comedy. She
Yeah.
needed. She was just itching for something to let her. Remember Ghostbusters? She just wanted to
Oh,
do
yeah.
comedy. She took that, and she's like not even that funny in it. She's okay in it. She plays off the other characters well. And this, her, Sam, and Tim Allen, those three. If you watched again, I don't know if you will, but like if you watch again in the halfway in the movie when there's like they're doing their missions and stuff like that, there's so many jokes going back so
Yeah.
like there was a line where Guy, Sam Rockwell's character Guy, is like, I'm gonna die. The whole point of me is to die. And like you're talking about a mission that's like 81 or whatever. That's the episode I died on. The episode. So he's like thinks he's gonna die, right? There's this joke about him dying, and then they do some shit with the aliens and the little alien creatures doing their thing, and they steal that sphere that they needed to collect or whatever, and they start attacking. She throws out a line, like, let's get out of here before like Guy dies or something like that. Specifically him, not we die, Guy dies. It's like Dumb and Dumber, where like, what was all that 1 in a million talk? It's a good, and I feel like movies, comedy, even in TV, like cartoons and animated shows and everything, TV series, all those. I think the comedy is let's be random as possible.
Oh yeah.
And on to the
It's
next.
that
On to the next.
Family Guy style.
Yeah,
Cram as many
and
jokes
I love
as you
when somebody
can.
can grab a joke and so it's just refreshing. Whoever wrote the comedy in this, I just think they did a really good job. I just think they really connected.
For
They edited the characters.
It's
as
like
well.
it's like situational comedy too for the situations that the characters were in, and it doesn't feel forced. You know what I mean? Like it's all stuff that makes sense in what the characters are doing. They're not just cramming jokes in there for no reason. And it's
Sam Rockwell yells, "Did you ever watch the show?" Because they were all
Right.
like, "Oh, let's go check out the Q&A." I was like, "Did you watch your own show?" I mean, and that just says everything right there. It's funny,
Yep.
but it's like, because no, they didn't. No, they
Yeah.
don't watch their own show. Because how many actors read the books to Game of Thrones? Like, I didn't read the book. You didn't read the book of the show that you're on that's making you millions of dollars. Like,
Yeah.
it's a good joke.
Yeah,
That's true. Well, speaking of the writers, I just wanted to go back to our director and writer for this movie. The movie was written by David Howard and Robert Gordon. David Howard doesn't have a wiki page, but Robert Gordon does. He's written Men in Black 2, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, Wonder Park, which I'm not too sure. So it looks like this guy doesn't have a ton of it. And Dean Pariseau, the director of this movie, did a lot of TV. He's only done a handful of movies. I don't know, Home Fries, I've never heard of. Red 2, which was a sequel to that. And he did the newest Bill and Ted's movie, which was interesting. But he's done like episodes of like ER, episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm, episodes of Monk, Modern Family. So he's just done stuff.
So just random.
So yeah, it seems like
people.
Yeah, so it seems like Galaxy Quest was kind of like I don't know, it was a nice come together for everybody there. Where I don't know if it was a a weird melding of, people that are, just dipping their toes into the entertainment business. Sorry, there's a fly
I
flying
think
around my
because
head.
they knew the material, the source material that they were having fun with, that it was like not your usual people because they're known for other things. And these are people who probably aren't known for things, but they happen to just be like Star Trek geeks. And like, for example, the idea of bringing Justin Long, Brandon, right? I think his name is Brandon, Justin Long's character,
Yep.
the fan, the kid, right? In the beginning of the movie, he represents like the geeks, all of us that are like, oh my god, it's William
Fanboys.
Shatner, it's
Yeah.
Mark Hamill, yeah, fanboys, So he's representing us, right? And for him to
a
be like the
deeper
hero,
version of us.
The one that are really in the shit.
he's
the
in deep.
persona, yes, but when he's called upon by Tim Allen, I think that's just like brings a lot of heart, I think, to this comedy because he's like called him, he's like, "Hey, you there?" And he's like in his room, he's like, "What?" And he's like, "All right, first off, I just want to apologize. Like, I know it's not real. I know it's not. I mean, come on. I mean, like, it's outer space. He's like, it's real. It's like, I knew it. I knew it.
I knew it.
He's like, it's real. I got a mission for you. And he has him like, he's like, I know that this guy knows everything about the show. He's such a dork. He's such a fanboy. He knows everything about the show. And I thought that was a really smart move, writing wise, to bring that character back to be the actual hero that tells him how to do everything. And in one moment they think they're gonna die, and he has to like his mom's on his ass. Who is the same woman who was George Costanza's wife in Seinfeld?
George Costanza's
That woman.
wife?
George Costanza's wife.
George Costanza.
Jason Alexander. You ever watch Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Wait, Jason Alexander's
George Costanza
wife in real life
got married.
or in the show?
In the show, George Costanza's wife.
Yeah, he gets married. I didn't know he got married.
George doesn't get married in Seinfeld.
Oh, what?
Maybe
Engaged or whatever. Remember?
Is it the lady
And
that
she
dies
dies
from
with
licking the stamps?
the wedding.
Okay, yeah.
Her.
Is that her? Okay.
Never got married.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Well, whatever, engaged, whatever. But that actress was the mom.
Okay, cool.
Just random, right? I was like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But she makes him do the garbage and the recycling while he's like doing. I forgot about that joke. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
He's running out with the fucking garbage bags.
Our son's being a massive dork in his room, just doing the thing. But you got to do your like chores, and that was just the good.
One of my
again, remember this is a PG movie. There's no, I mean, there's a couple like sex jokes like thrown in there, but they're very quick and very subtle. But it's a clean movie that you can watch with anybody, and I just think it's
one of my.
I think that's great.
One of my other favorite jokes in that whole sequence of when Justin Long's character is explaining to Tim Allen how to do all this shit. Brandon, yes, is the part where they reach like the fucking smashers that are going back and forth.
Oh,
and they're like, "Why is this in this ship? What the fuck?" And but they know the sequence of everything, and then fucking Sigourney Weaver character is like, whoever wrote this episode should fucking die.
Right,
it's really good,
right? Because it's funny because like the stuff they have to add these unnecessary like situations that are so dangerous.
Right?
Like, why?
There's no point, no functional point of this.
Dave gets upset with Last Jedi because he's like questioning why are they like, I don't know, because they just fucking. I don't know, because it makes no fun sense. Of it,
Yeah, it's for entertainment.
It's like, it never, it's for entertainment, but
wrote that
so it's just funny
too.
Oh
wow!
You shut your damn mouth,
right? Yeah, it was great, and the part where it was kind of sad where Tim Allen is explaining, or whatever, Taggart is explaining the concept of like a TV show and like actors to Mathazar, and he's basically just breaking this whole facade because like you said, this is like their religion. Like they built their entire society around these historical documents and watching this show, and like it basically saved their entire society. So like I don't know. There's some genuine, for it being a comedy, there's some genuine heart in here, some genuine emotional moments, which I also appreciated.
Yeah. Hey, if you watch a TV show that's kind of like this. I forget. It was the guy who did Family Guy, right? Didn't he do a site? Didn't
was-
he
Oh,
do
the
a
Orville.
Yeah, Orville.
yeah
Yeah.
Orville? Is it basically the same as this or no?
No, the Orville is more like a Star Trek. Like it's an actual like
Oh, okay.
in space doing space Star
Or
Trek stuff. They follow the same plot lines as not plot lines, but structure is Star Trek and a lot of the same. I don't know, like sound of like go to commercial kind of things that they always did. But
Is it
that
still a
one's more like
parody?
it is a parody. Yes, not well, not a parody. It's still serious, but like more satirical things happen in it. Where like
Okay.
the fucking security guard is like this big guy like Worf, but him and his partner, the two dudes, they mate and they like lay giant eggs and they have to sit on them. And it's just like it's just fucking like weird as shit. It's fucking hilarious though. It was good. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it if you haven't seen the Orville. It's a fun one.
No, I haven't, but I've always wanted to watch it because of I always thought it was just a TV version of this, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of close to this, except it's not like it's based in like a science fiction setting, so it's not.
does the Orville have space mines? I thought the space mines were pretty dope.
That was
They
a
did
cool
this-
scene.
The space mine field or whatever. I was like, oh, that's cool. They get close when they get close to you. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
they're like
tech.
Yeah,
I like that.
magnetic.
Yep.
It's probably from a Star Trek episode or something like that. It seems like
Oh,
the
something
Rock
you'd find.
Monster or like stuff like that would be from something.
Or it's just a minefield, like a minefield in space. Like you're thinking in 3D, is it just a square? Is it a line? Like just
Right. Can they
flying
just
around
fly
with
over
Like, it's
it or fly
yeah,
around? Yeah. Can't be that
I don't,
big.
I don't get that part, but that's not.
We gotta
that's
go
not really
through
what I'm
it
thinking about.
to lose the aliens.
Yeah, you got to. I don't know.
It's like
It comes into play later. We won't spoil
Yeah,
that for
it's-
you.
like Solo, right? It did the Kessel Run or whatever. No, that was just taking a shortcut or whatever. But same sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Apparently I mentioned this before the show started, but there's a comic book also that's a direct sequel. It picks up right
that's
where the
right.
movie left off.
Really? Huh.
So it says
Okay.
the story centers on the eve of the relaunch of the Galaxy Quest series, now titled Galaxy Quest: The Journey Continues, when a world-threatening crisis occurs that requires Jason Nesmith and his fellow actors to save the world once again. Which that came out in 2008, and then there was a follow-up, a second series called
2008?
The
Wow.
Journey Continues, which came out in 2015. So they're semi-recent comics, which be interested to check those out. There's only a couple. There's 5 issues in the first series, and then 4 issues in the second series. So probably a quick read. But it's cool that they continued this. I don't think there's any other Galaxy Quest like IP stuff other than this, really, is there?
Right. Like no, but it should definitely be done by Telltale if they ever could get their hands
Oh,
on
like
it. I would
a
fucking
video
love
game or
that.
something? Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, why not? Telltale with all those characters and shit, it'd be fun. So okay, so I'm happy that you guys both enjoyed this movie. Dave saw it again and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is actually a good movie." And then Eric, you're seeing it for the first time and you're
Yep.
having fun with it, and you're not even like a Trekkie. So, where do you find this? Where does this movie live? Because it's like
Good
it has a
question.
cult following. It's not a big cult following, but you said it had like a 90 or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's pretty much liked by pretty much everybody. Even Shatner and Patrick Stewart both praise this movie, and people call this like this. They call it the 7th best Star
It's
Trek
voted by
movie.
Star Trek fans as like the 7th best Star Trek film.
Yeah.
7th
Something
best
like that.
Star Trek film.
But
All right.
everyone listening to this episode has seen this movie. They're just like, yeah, let's talk about what we like about it. But what do we do with this movie moving forward? Is this a movie that, like, if you get around to seeing it, or do you recommend this movie? Like, hey, if you like a good, clean comedy in space, I got one that's not Spaceballs. Spaceballs is the greatest. But like, if you've seen what else you want to do and you don't want to see Spaceballs for the 80th time, you would suggest something
mean,
like this?
If you're a
Do you go
Trekkie,
somewhere
like
else?
absolutely, like anybody that's
If you're a
gotten
Trekkie,
into
this
Star
is a
Trek at
must,
one point
yeah.
or another in their life has to
Mhm.
watch this. It was reported in April of 2023 that there was a Galaxy Quest television series being developed by Paramount Plus.
Okay, so
Um,
there is an interest at least.
Yeah.
Like it's not dead.
There's no dates on anything. They were talking about a Galaxy Quest 2 apparently, but when Alan Rickman died, it kind of killed everything there.
Yeah,
So
I was thinking about
I
that.
don't know
Like
if you
it would
can
be,
you can go
it
back.
would be hard to not do it without. You'd need that guy. You need him.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Part of
feel
that
like
magic.
I mean the charm of this movie is the cast. Like we've talked about all of the
Yeah.
different actors in this movie,
Definitely the
all of the
cast.
different characters that they played, all this stuff. So like I think it would be difficult to make another movie or a TV show and recast these characters because like I don't know. I feel like these characters are so tied to the actors that played them that I think it would be hard to do some sort of follow up to this. So I don't know. Maybe this just lives as a one off thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they could do something interesting and fun with the TV series, and maybe not focus on the same characters, but like maybe I think it would be funny and appropriate because we're in this age of legacy sequels, right? So the show itself would be a legacy sequel to Galaxy Quest, but within the show within the show would be a legacy sequel to the Galaxy Quest in the movie. You know what I mean? So that would be the own joke within itself, which I think could work. You know what I
That'd
mean?
be fun.
So
It'd be fun.
I think that's the only way it could work is if they were making fun of it being a legacy sequel in the actual show itself. So that might
I
work.
could see that.
But yeah, I'd recommend this to, like you said, I feel like this is sort of filling a niche genre that we don't really see that often. And like I feel like some people aren't a fan of like satire comedy, which I can understand. But I think this pays enough respect and homage to the source material, and like someone like me who's not really had much experience with the source material anyways. I mean, I've absorbed enough through pop culture, and I can see you can draw parallels to pretty much any like fandom that exists. You know what I mean? Any like superheroes, Star Wars, like we were saying, it doesn't even have to be in that space, but like any sort of fandom, I think you can relate to this movie in that way. And then like, what if this was actually real and these people were put in this situation? So I think that makes it, sort of relatable for everybody.
I agree.
Yep.
It was fun. If I see this on again, like because I'd actually rent this one. It wasn't on any streaming service.
I did get it for free.
Oh yes.
I mentioned it's on Canopy, which I didn't even know this existed, but it's a streaming service, so you can sign up if you have a public library card. So you basically open it up, sign up, and choose your library, and then put your library card number in, and then you get a free account, and you get like credit to rent these movies essentially. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
I have to look into it. Brandon's library.
I bought it for $6.
Laser
On sale.
discs.
I'm surprised you didn't already own it.
Yeah.
I was surprised I didn't own it either. I'm like, oh, I love this movie, but yeah. Well, I hope that I don't know if it needs like a sequel. I don't know if it needs anything. It just needs to be remembered, I think. I just think it's a good, clean, like you said, it's a niche. It's a niche movie where it brings in enough that like it'll satisfy the Trekkie. It'll satisfy the person who likes a little bit of world building and they watch a dumb comedy. Because we bought Minecraft movie. It's available now. We were watching. I'm like, man, they really don't fucking bother really explaining anything. It's like, there's another world called the Nether, and I went in it, and then I got captured, and I gave this cube to my dog, and it just ran out. Like, there's like that's the world building. That's just like, all right, there's just stuff. There's just stuff.
It's
this
a kids
is like
movie.
there's stuff with it, but it's like right. No, I know, but this is PG. They kept it kind of clean for families to watch too. Like this kind of felt a little bit more, not that they did that much world building, but they just, I don't know. I felt like there was some kind of, let's just
grounded in reality
grounded, a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as fantastical. The fantasy is there's aliens, but they're kind of like us. I do like the aliens are wearing some kind of mechanism that allows them to change their shape.
Oh yeah.
So you can see what they look like. So when Mathazar's getting zapped and tortured, you can see his real like look for a second there and stuff like that. I thought that was really
Very
cool.
blobby. I think that's why they like.
Yeah.
I assume that is why their human movements are so like weird and bulky, and
Of
they look
course,
like aliens
absolutely
because they're
is.
not used to
They
being
don't know
like
how
Absolutely,
that.
that's why
act like
they
humans.
clap because they're not. Yeah, it's
It
all an
just makes it
illusion.
good.
But
It's good.
yeah, I don't know. I
You
think
guys-
that the science maybe of it too also just makes it grounded a little bit more. So I just think that like somebody that needs a little bit more something to
all
grab
that shit's
onto.
made up. Proton fields and element
yeah, of
13 and
course.
all that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mumbo jumbo.
Yeah,
Mumbo
But
jumbo.
that's a fair point. Fair point.
if you watch enough Star Trek, you know what a fucking shield array is and all this random crap. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought what's funny is they took the time to like talk about their food. I remember Tim Allen's character, they're eating dinner for the first time or whatever with all these aliens. He's like, wow, this tastes like a real burger made from like Idaho beef or something like that, right? Or whatever he was eating, right? He was really enjoying it. Everybody else was eating like pretty much human food, except when they showed Sam Rockwell's character, because we don't know anything about him. He had like plain noodles or something like that. He was just like, "Oh, like this is disgusting," because they don't know anything about him, so they just made him generic food or whatever. But then when they get to Alan Rickman's character, because he's an alien,
Yep.
he's got like fucking blood bugs or what they call them, like blood bugs or like
something like that. It was like worms and like soup, nasty.
yeah, it's basically
stuff.
like giant fleas or blood ticks or something like that. It was
Yep.
gross, and they're
Yep.
just like hopping off his things like your favorite, He's
right?
like,
The delicacy
"This
of your
is
planet.
the delicacy of your planet. Yeah,
That was good.
I was like, that's a good fucking bit.
Mm.
I don't know, just
Have you-
good to show that because
Have either of you
This is okay.
seen Dude, Where's My Car?
yeah, of
This
course.
some point,
this
yeah.
sort of reminded me of that for like it just brought it to mind a little bit because it has that sort of same. I mean, it's not that one's. I mean, that one's more straight comedy, but it does introduce some of those like alien elements where these aliens are trying to get this super weapon or whatever. So similar sort of thing, and then like these dumbasses become unlikely heroes. So I don't know why, but it just
I forgot
that
about the
brought
aliens
that
in
to
that.
mind.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
I don't know if that one holds up. There's definitely some.
Oh my god, you're right. There are aliens
There
in
is-
that
yeah.
fucking
I for-
movie.
Yep.
That movie it had no structure to it. That's a fun movie, but it's a stoner movie.
I used to love that movie back in the day. I don't know if it's aged well, but you know.
I don't know. I'm afraid to watch that one again. It's like Road Trip. I loved Road Trip. I thought that Road Trip was a great, fun movie. And I'm like, I wonder if it's really fucking stupid and corny and
Yeah.
raunchy and not
Yeah.
good. Watch it again.
But yeah, I don't know why. It just brought that to mind. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot that there were aliens in that movie.
It's another
Anywho,
classic.
yeah.
Another all timer. Not
Yeah,
no.
listen,
I know.
this is a comedy. We don't do that too much, on the show. There's not much to dig into as far as a story or plot or theme or message. It's more of like the production.
Yeah, it is. Don't
You know,
be
it's
don't be a
just the re-
dick. Don't get so full of yourself that you forget about the people that helped you get there.
There you go.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
there you go.
Take whatever message out of it you can. It was a funny flick. It was a good hour and a half, 2 hours. So
Yeah, definitely.
cool. You guys want to hit on anything else before we take a little break here?
No, I think we're I was looking at my notes,
Yeah.
but I think
Yeah. I think I'm
Well,
good.
that's it. Let's
Great ensemble,
up.
great cast,
Slander.
makes great movie.
Definitely.
Headline.
just a fun summer movie too. Again, it's the summer of Sam. We don't have to be serious all the time on the show. Let's
Yeah, great way to kick off summer.
and
Sam.
Sam Rockwell needs to be on the show more. And I don't know. I just feel like Hollywood doesn't know
agree.
how to use this guy, and I think that he is just so good in this movie with his like body. When he's got that gun and it's heavy, and he's like trying to act cool, but he's like, if you watch him, he's like throwing. It's like this is the body humor, man. Like I said, Clue. Like I miss. Everybody knows their role, and if you pay attention, they're really owning their character.
Yeah.
And they're evolving somewhat by the end in this dumb comedy. There's heart,
Yeah, they all
there
have their arcs for
with
sure.
respect, and the actors are owning it. And like it's a good fucking cast. Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, come on, in a fucking
Top
space
tier
comedy.
actors. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then they nailed their roles, and they were great. the fact that Sigourney Weaver has to repeat everything, I love that. I thought it was great. I was just like, yeah, that is a stupid skill that you have. Where like, you can't talk to the computer, but I can. I will talk to the computer. You know, she just does it.
Yeah. It's good. All right. Well, yep. I think it's a Nomad approved. Makes the list. It's a good kickoff to the summer of Sam.
Right.
Let's leave this here. We'll take a quick little break, and when we come back, we are going to see just how nerdy the two of you are. We'll get into a little bit of trivia.
Oh no!
Get my nerd cap on.
All right. Enjoy. Right. And we're back on the ISS Nomad. In the
yeah, got a nice name.
We're not on the holodeck.
We're a badass name for a spaceship.
ISS Nomad. Fuck yeah. Sounds like a good one. That's when we make our next game. That's when we'll put that in there somewhere. Yeah, we're finishing up our Galaxy Quest conversation.
Yeah, we have a game concept. I forgot about that. Sorry. Wow, we totally have a game, and it's a sci-fi. Hey, we should actually remember this. Actually, put a pin in that, Dave. That's a
bingo.
Yeah,
it's been
gotta wait for all our summer festivities to calm down.
Well, we're busy as fuck, but one day, you know,
one day project. We got it swirling around in there.
Yeah, after we got done talking about Galaxy Quest and fans and their knowledge of fandom and all such things, I thought we should sit down and see who is the bigger nerd. We all know that I'm the Lord of the Nerds, but I will decide who gets second place.
Maybe one of us will dethrone you as the Lord.
Probably. Some of these are fucking tough.
So, dude, the three of us doing a legit nerd trivia with this shit that we know. I'm curious how far we could go, but
we get pretty decent. We don't get in terribly deep like some people.
I do love trivia.
Hyper focus on a franchise or hyper focus on things like Justin Long's character Brandon in the episode of Galaxy Quest. But no, I figured this
hero's name. It's a hero's
Galaxy
name.
Quest is more Star Trek. We're gonna veer over to the Star Wars lane. We're just gonna
We're just
gonna kind of. And
fantasy,
I'm looking up these quizzes online, and this is fucking garbage out there. This is easy shit. So I had to find a very difficult Star Wars quiz.
I'm down
to try and get you guys and see how much we.
I'm gonna get slaughtered. I'm not good with this though.
All right. Let's start with a number between 1 and 100.
Wait,
Eric.
Hold on. Establish rules. Is there steals in this, or are we just going back and forth?
We'll do steals.
All right.
These are not, because they are not multiple choice.
Eric is wearing a Star Wars shirt.
And 2 out of 3 of us are wearing Star Wars shirts.
Star Wars shirt.
Oh shit, Dave's wearing a tattoo. I thought it was a cat. Dude, I'm sorry. The things going through the moons looks like cat eyes. I thought that was a cat.
No.
I was not paying attention at all.
Come and visit the nice
I like that.
sandy shores of Tatooine.
Classy.
Oh, I don't have a good. I'm not off to a good start for this trivia here.
Yeah, so we'll just have whoever guesses, and then we'll have the second person be able to steal. We'll play first to 3. We'll keep it easy since these are all pretty fucking difficult questions.
We'll see about that.
Number between 1 and 100. Eric.
We'll see.
1 and 100. 1 and 100. 71.
Brandon?
70.
Oh, come on.
All right. Brandon wins. It was 62.
Oh, come on.
I put somewhere in the middle.
I was going to say 69 to be that guy, but,
Too much. All right, Brandon. We're going to start you off with an easy one.
This is not going to be easy for me. Go ahead.
What does the TIE in TIE Fighter stand for? You've been watching Star Wars for how goddamn long? You've probably said the word TIE Fighter 1,000 times in your life.
Yeah.
What the fuck does TIE stand for?
Oh God. Tactical. No. All right. No. All right. What is it, Eric?
You still need the I and the E.
Can I steal?
All right. Brandon, you don't want to throw out anything else now?
Oh, I mean, you get the way you guys reacted as soon as I said tactical, and I was like, all right, it ain't that. So I don't know the keyword. All right, Eric's got it.
The correct answer is twin ion engines.
Yes.
Never in
correct.
my life. That's some that's gotta be
Boom.
like some Clone Wars shit, maybe. How do you know
No,
that?
no, it's
They
just
don't
I
say
don't know.
that in the movies, do they?
I don't know about that one, if they say it in the movies or
Yeah.
not. But Eric, with the
Aliens, you know,
off the bat,
planets, characters. I'll remember that shit, but
Not the nerd shit. I
technology.
did.
I don't know.
I did listen to the Thrawn audiobooks, and they talked a lot about TIE fighter technology. So
TIE Defenders, yeah.
yeah.
Those Thrawn
Oh,
books are fucking
okay.
good.
Yeah, they are.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Well,
We'll go over
Eric
to
might
Eric
be
then.
I might just be the bro of the group on this. Oh shit. Okay.
Eh,
Star Wars bro.
we'll
Yeah.
see. I'll give Eric a tough one too here. Who was the first person in A New Hope to say, "May the Force be with you"?
So I believe I know the answer to this
Oh my
because
God! Seriously, I had no
this
idea what the
came up
fuck this one was.
recently. And I believe it is Han Solo.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect. It is
Wait,
General.
what?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Nope.
Okay.
What are you doing over
Nope.
there?
Brandon Steele.
A
Sorry.
lot of steel, right?
Yeah. I just said general, so whatever. You can. There's lots of generals in Star Wars.
This is A
That's
New
right.
Hope.
Okay.
A New Hope.
Now I'm remembering.
I wouldn't have gotten this one.
Well, I was gonna say fucking Leia was gonna say it. I thought she said it in her warning to Obi-Wan Kenobi, but
Leia ends up as a
you s-
general too.
no, I know, but
True.
you,
All right.
she's princess in that movie, so you wouldn't call her general. Who's fucking general? That's my hint there. Akbar's not in this. Akbar's not in this.
He's not a general either. Admiral.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, good
Oh.
call. Yeah.
Man, we are just swimming through the nerdery right here.
Yeah, right. That's not his rank. Well, he's not he's not ranked master. Shit,
I know
dude.
this guy's
Well,
name is. I don't know.
I can picture him.
I'll
He's
give
got
him
gray hair with a beard. I don't know his name.
Probably. I think
That sounds
so,
right.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll pass
I'm gonna
on it.
Google this
What
guy.
is his name?
You are correct. He does have a gray beard and he does have gray hair. It is General
yeah, he is.
General Dodana.
Okay.
Never would have got
Yeah,
that.
I remember this being coming up recently on like a trivia. It might have been like a May the 4th thing.
Legendary
first
male
character to
human
say?
officer who commands
Legendary.
the Navy during the Galactic Empire during the Clone Wars.
Is it Dodana, you said?
Dodana.
Dodana. Okay.
Surprised you didn't know.
Surprise.
Okay. Well, we'll go back to
All right,
Brandon
well,
for this one.
yeah.
What is the name of Darth Vader's flagship? Darth Vader's
the
Pimp
little
My Ride.
his ship.
He's rolling around the galaxy
Yeah.
in
Oh,
this ship.
I should know this. Hold on.
It has a name.
No, I used to know
Eric
this.
is thinking hard over here. I'm glad
Yeah,
we're not
I'm
doing
trying to
20
think like
questions here, giving
Lego.
you
Is there
guys- making you
Lego
guys
on
think.
it? And
It was probably in the Lego game.
it's not the slave because that's Boba Fett.
Probably gonna kick yourself.
Oh my god, it's like it's. God damn it! God damn it! To remember, like looking at it, like,
Yeah,
oh
it
yeah,
makes me laugh.
Darth Vader's looks different than everyone else's because it's pointier instead of like, shielded like
I think
the
it's a
other
little
ones.
bigger or whatever. It might be too.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the super
not a TIE
Star
fighter,
Destroyer,
it's
or if
a-
just the regular
it's
Star
a super,
Destroyer. I don't
yeah.
know.
it seems like it's built off of a TIE fighter model, but heavily modified.
His flagship,
it's-
not his,
Not the
his
one that he's
TIE.
using not in the
not his TIE fighter, not in the
not
one
the
from
one that
New
he
Hope.
goes and gets like tries to take out Luke in.
No,
No, not that.
flagship,
Oh.
not his little attack thing.
Oh, the one where he goes and arrives and shit, and like the door comes out. Okay, that
Yeah,
thing.
just
Oh,
his Star Destroyer.
not the transport. It's his,
I don't know.
It's his
Fucking
big boy Star Destroyer.
I don't know. That fucking I don't know. The Inquisitor. I have no idea.
Close, but no.
Good guess. Yeah.
I do like
What is
that
it?
guess. I'm waiting for Eric to try and
Yeah,
steal it first.
I know. I mean, I know it's a super Star Destroyer class, but I don't remember if it. I don't remember that it had a specific name. Padme.
It makes sense that it would.
Padme? No, it is the Executor.
Oh wow, I was close.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
you
Yeah,
got
it.
I'm curious where they said that. It's probably just more down the
Yeah,
rabbit
all
hole
right.
shit.
I guess I was kind of familiar with it. They call it
Executor,
something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Eric's turn.
Eric's
boy. This
turn.
is
Back
tough.
to Eric.
All right.
Here's a good one. What species is Watto?
Damn
I
it.
figure you might know this one because it's a prequel question, and that's your bread and butter. That's where you're. Brandon looks like he's ready to steal. This is one I didn't think.
Well, I don't know
Brandon
if I
would
can.
get
I don't know if
either.
I'm 100% on
No,
it.
I know. I don't know why I
I'm
can't.
like 90%.
Think of it.
What is
I definitely know
what
it,
is
but
my
I can't.
species?
All right, hold on, Dave. Shush.
What?
Oh,
I
don't
can do that.
activate any fucking memories
can-
in this goddamn brain where he
do
like
the
fucking-
voice.
Yeah,
All right. What kind of?
I don't know. I'm not. My Watto impression is a little lax these days.
I think he was underutilized, by the way. Like when he saw Anakin in episode 2, he's like, Annie, little Annie. I'm like, that's it. That's all we get. Like he should have had like, you were bad to me, Watto. I could kill you. You know, none of that. They just like
yeah,
fucking.
I can't think of it. Grand Ocean. I know that's not right, but
Trandoshan is the race of.
I do know who the Transoceans are. That's like Bosch and stuff.
Bosch. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't even get that. Brandon, you got it? You over there?
I don't know if I got it, but I know it's something close to like.
I'll give you close.
Well, he
but-
goes. It's not a Toydarian, but he's like, I'm a Toydarian. Mind tricks don't work on me. Only money, right? I'm a Troydarian. Troydarian?
That is
Toydarian?
correct. Toydarian.
Toydarian. It
correct.
is
Nice.
Toydarian.
Yeah.
Yes, nice steal.
Yep.
I'm a
I didn't know he actually said
Toydarian.
that
That's
in,
the only reason
yep.
why I knew.
Okay.
Just couldn't come with it.
All right. Well, okay. So we're tied 1-1.
All right.
Moving right along. That we're back to Brandon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon, can you give me the name of the Sith homeworld? Played so many Star Wars games, seen so many Star Wars movies,
It's not
TV shows.
Tatooine, is it?
Sith homeworld?
Tatooine? I don't know. I don't know. Tatooine came to mind.
No, it is
Tatooine.
not. Dantooine? Is that what you're thinking of?
Something, yeah.
No, it's not
alright.
Dantooine. Dantooine is far too
Yeah.
remote to be a rebel base. Ugh. Far too remote to make a good display or whatever. I forget what Tarkin
Yeah.
says in that one. Eric, you got a Sith homeworld for me?
Yes, I should know this.
Nice.
'Cause I won't say any hints there.
It's not, is it? I feel like I'm conflating two things. Because I know it, but
I'll be impressed.
it's not Exegol, is it? That's
Is that your
fucking
final answer?
yeah, it is because I can't think of anything else.
No,
Not
that's
Hexagol,
That's
it
what
is-
Palpatine was hanging out.
Yeah.
Korriban.
Or band. Okay, I don't know
No,
if I would have.
I
I don't know if
that
you went
one.
there
'Cause
in
It was in
Jedi Survivor or one of those.
What I remember it from is
Or no, those
Rebels, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, really?
I'm
Okay.
gonna try. All right. Well, I'll start making these a little easier on you guys. Let's see. We'll go into the hard questions.
All right, we're still 1-1, right?
Yep. Are we back to you, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, back to me.
Well, this one's been sitting in my face. I'm gonna ask it. What does AT-AT stand for?
Oh.
We've all said AT-AT 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all terrain attack. What is it? All terrain. Fuck.
It's a tricky one.
That's all I can come
it's
up to, Eric. I'm with
altering
you on that.
something tank, I think.
Oh, okay.
Attack tank. That's probably not right, but
Altering.
I'm going to say
attack
the same
tank
thing,
is-
but all terrain. Oh, is that right?
No, that's incorrect.
I
Brandon,
was going to
it's
say
you to still.
I'm going to say all terrain armored tank.
yes,
Both are incorrect.
armored something,
Oh,
right?
Armored transport.
That's yep. I knew
All-terrain.
I knew it was armored.
Armored
Yep.
transport.
tank was a good.
Yep,
That stuck
yep,
in my
yep,
head, but
yep.
transport is better.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, definitely
Let's
not tank.
cut that one out.
That's right. Yep.
All
Yep.
right. All right. Let's give Brandon a little space here. Can you name for me the bounty hunter droid in The Mandalorian?
Oh no. IG 11.
That is correct.
Nice.
Fuck
IG-11.
Yeah. Yep.
It was either
that
that,
one.
13 or 21 or something like that. And I was like,
That was pretty
11.
okay.
Nice.
Picture
Damn.
11.
That was back in the very hard category too. I'm impressed there.
Wow.
All right.
I don't know how I got that.
That was good.
Okie dokie. Let's not give Eric one that's too tough here. Eric.
Mine was under hard.
This one is very hard. Very hard. I don't think it's very hard, but what was Luke's original name in the early drafts of Star Wars?
Original name.
Oh, shit.
Another one that I feel like I know and have heard, but I
Yeah. Yep. Like, what do you mean by name? Like, what part? The whole name? Or is it whole name?
They gave me the last name, but
last
name, right? Yeah.
I think his name is Luke, no matter what.
Yeah, because
they
of
changed-
Lucas.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like Star or something. Or
Star Space Man.
Right. Yeah. Starlighter. I don't know. Buzz Lightyear. Starlightyear.
Starlight Year.
I don't
Final
fucking know.
answer.
One of
Not
those.
correct.
It's some. I don't know.
Star. Can I take a shot at? Well, what are you going with?
I fucking Star Killer.
I was gonna say Star Killer. Yeah, that's
that
what
your
I was gonna
final
say,
answer?
Star Killer.
That sure. Yeah.
Star Killers are correct.
Is it really?
Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Star. I think
Luke
because he
Starkiller.
said. I think he's like that's too like violent sounding for a kid's story. So I think
Uh-huh.
he changed it.
So they brought back Star Killer for a fucking Force
Yeah.
Unleashed games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
We
Okay,
did.
that's cool.
All right. Damn. Well, we're tied 2-2. And we're back to Brandon here. And I'm trying to give you like some of these ones are a little like, what is the maximum speed of a T-16 Skyhopper?
Oh, I know that one. No, I'm just kidding.
1,200
Yeah.
kilometers per hour. Duh. Like, how do you guys not know
How
that
the
one?
fuck
Not more.
do you not know that? Are you a true Star Wars fan?
I know, right?
All right. I'm going to ask this one just because I think we may have covered this on the show. We'll see how good you guys pay attention. What is the name of the creature that inhabits the trash compactor on the Death Star?
Oh my god! I remember everything about it, but I don't remember its name. I remember its religion and how it was baptizing Luke.
Uh-huh. I'll take the race or the name of this creature.
I do not remember anything about its name or race. It was like 2 words though, I think it was. It was like Noob Jabbar. I don't know.
No, it's not Noob Jabbar. Eric, you got
Noob
anything?
Jabbar. You said the race of it?
Race or name, I'll take either or.
I feel
Yeah,
like
right?
I
Like,
feel like
what
it
do you got,
started
Eric?
with a G or something.
Nothing.
Gorman.
This is a very hard one.
I don't know.
The name of the character is Oni. The race is the Dianoga.
Dianoga, that's right.
Oni the Dianoga was the name from
That's
our
right. Obscure Star Wars characters.
Obscure Star Wars characters. That was a very fun episode
about that. That was a good one.
We should go back and touch that one up a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's see. Let's get another hard one for you guys to keep it even here.
Wait, was that Brandon's or my question?
That was Brandon's question, and you went to steal it. I don't know if this is really tough or not, but I'm going to ask it for you. Give me the name of the band from Jabba's Palace.
God, again, another one that I like.
I see. I thought this one you guys would get really easy.
Man,
I'm disappointed in the both of you.
I know. We're fucking this up.
Brandon might have this toy.
Yeah.
Is Jabba's band?
The name of the band in Jabba's Palace.
Again, it's like
nothing.
It's like right there, but I just can't think of it.
When you hear it, you're gonna kick yourself. Be like,
the squeeba and the fuck nuts. I don't know.
And the Jizz Walkers.
Yep.
No, it's not Squeeba and the Jizz Walkers. Sorry.
I know. And I'm
Brandon.
I keep thinking of the band that's in the
Cantina. Yeah. Ned and the Modal Nodes or whatever.
Yeah, the nose or whatever. But for Jabba's Palace, it's Max Rebo.
Yeah.
And it's not the Jizz band.
The
it's
Jizzers.
Like Max Rebo. It's like Max Rebo and it's not.
It's pretty close. I don't know.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
What's the guy's name?
No. Max Rebo. And
I'm gonna give you half credit here. It's just the Max Rebo band.
That was Jabba's band.
So
Max
I
Rebo
kind of want to give that one to you, but
Max Rebo was Jabba's band. I mean, I know Max Rebo,
was
but
just the full name.
I didn't.
I said Max
Rebo band.
I didn't say band.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't realize it.
It's kind of a boring name.
I was thinking of the fucking. I was stuck on the, in the fucking remasters that singing Alien, because she has a specific name, so that's what I was thinking of. I wasn't thinking of Max Rebo.
Yeah.
That was your question, right, Eric? Brandon was stealing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go back to Brandon, but I'll give him a little bit of an easier one here. See if he can just close this out. Which planet is known as the birthplace of the Force? I say easier one, and I'm asking you to name a fucking planet in Star Wars, but
it's not ever mentioned in the movies.
Is it?
Is it mentioned where Luke is? The Force starts? Not Canto Bight. Not Alderaan. It's not Tatooine. Not Coruscant. How many planets am I supposed to know for a fucking franchise? Come on. You said Exo Bar or whatever it was. Exo something. It was
Exegol.
From Exegol, and that was from what the hell?
It's fucking
Geonosis, Mustafar. I'm trying to think of these planets.
Yeah.
Moon of Endor, Force Moon of Endor. We don't even we don't even.
No. I don't think anything. No, it's just too. It's too nerdy for me, man. All right.
Yeah.
Over to you, Eric.
I don't have it either.
Octu is the name of the planet.
Sure.
Isn't that where Luke is?
I think so, but again, I just don't. Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah, it's just not staking.
Trying to give one that's not gonna.
What was Luke Skywalker's middle name? I don't fucking know. Just end this episode.
Theodore.
George.
You guys won't know this one. I'll ask this
Luke
one.
Skywalker's middle name would be George. Just saying.
Eric might know this one. The name of the first Jedi to die in Order 66 on screen.
Because
Because we've watched this movie for this episode, and we've all seen episode 3.
Is it Plo Koon?
Final answer?
Yeah.
No, it's not Blue.
Okay. No, I think it's that
I don't
other
think
lady one. Or no.
Brandon, you got anything?
No.
No, nothing.
In Order 66, the first one to die, I think, is
Is it that? No.
You can get it close, I'll give it to you. I can't tell if it's a dude or a chick.
Can't tell.
No. She was so
those are the
corny.
ones I'm thinking of. Execute Order 66.
Yeah,
No,
everybody
it's
knows
the
Order
guy
66.
with the giant head that looks weird, and he gets
Yeah.
shot off.
Yeah.
What's his name? Yeah, but I don't know
Uh-huh.
his name. Picture him. He got the giant tail head, and he turns around, and he's just like, "Why is everyone not going?
Where's
with me?"
everyone
And
going?
then, then he starts blocking, but then
I don't
they
remember his name. Fuck. My God.
You good?
My
You
God.
good, Brandon?
I don't know his name.
Ki Adi Mundi. I would have taken anything
Never
with a Mundi on it.
David,
Conehead
David,
fucking
do you-
guy. That's what his name
Yeah,
is.
David, do you really think we know this stuff?
These are very hard questions. You guys are Star Wars
Okay,
fans.
but
We should
my
You
know
guys
this
know
shit.
all of Star Wars. You should have gotten at least 3 of these.
half
by now.
half of this Space Quest episode is
My
us
God.
not
The only one
knowing
I've been
Star Wars.
confident
Guessing.
about was the TIE Fighter one.
Really?
Right.
I mean, and
Speaking
that
of
one I
TIE
thought
fighters,
was
can we just call this
tougher.
a tie?
Right?
And we just
And
equally
it-
both don't know Star Wars that much.
All right, what's the easiest question you got in there?
Is it for Eric?
Please.
I think it's for me.
No, no.
Yeah. Oh no, it is for you. Yep.
No,
you tried to
for me.
steal. Yep, that's right.
Brandon, have you watched?
Yeah.
No, you haven't watched the Clone Wars.
Oh, give me the Clone Wars.
So it could be hard.
Well, you haven't watched
Although
that
it's been a
movie
while,
either.
so.
See, some of the I'm starting to debate on you.
How about something
What's
from
going
the
on here?
original Star Wars that everybody would know if you are into that shit?
Who was the name of the last Sith Lord before Darth Sidious?
Bias. That's
See?
bias.
See, easy. You're a fucking nerd.
All right.
Don't try and deny it, Brandon. Boom. I'll give it
That
to
was
you.
an easy one. That was a softball.
It was
Easy.
That was in the heart.
Yeah, it was a
That was in
softball.
the name of the Mandalorian ship.
Oh, the
you have known
Mandalorian
that
ship, the Razor
Razor Crest.
Crest, yeah.
Yeah, see, you guys don't tell me that you guys aren't fucking nerds. Then get out of here.
Those are
Did I
easier
give-
than like.
I gave you the tough ones.
was the month of when Luke was born? I don't
Right.
know what month he was
You
born.
knew Max Rebo's
What's
band
the size
in
of
fucking Jabba's
Luke's
palace.
dick?
It
I
was
knew
so
Max Rebo.
small.
I didn't know it was Max Rebo band.
All right, Brandon.
All
Brandon
right,
wins.
well, Brandon, you get to go to space camp for that one.
I get to get
Good
out of
job.
space and hang out with the aliens. Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Eric, why don't we end this episode and take us home?
Let's end this puppy. If you want to follow
How
us.
do-
Oh yes.
How do they suggest episodes and let us know and chat with us and
Yeah, of
tell us
course.
what fucking Star Wars nerds
How
we
can they
are.
communicate
So
with
glad
us?
that you asked.
Let them know.
You can just hop on over to the nomadsoffantasy.com/discord if you want to chat with us about Star Wars, Galaxy Quest, whatever the fuck. Give us suggestions for
Anything.
episodes, games, all that good stuff. The nomadsoffantasy.com/discord. And just go to the nomadsoffantasy.com for all your nomad needs. You'll find all our episodes there. Merch, YouTube channel, youtube.com/@nomadsoffantasy. All of our socials, all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Sweet.
We got Jackie Brown, Sam Jackson next for the next up in the Summer of Sam. So that should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's seen that? Who's
That
seen
should be
that?
fun. Not I.
I've seen that one.
I have not.
So,
I have not
it'll be
finished it, but I really like what I was watching, and I'm glad that I'm going to
Yeah.
finish it for the podcast because that's a good one.
It'll be a treat.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
it'll be fun. So, until next time, Safe travels, nomads. Bye.
I grab Thar's hammer.
I shall avenge you.